Hey, what's up guys, it's Fisayo here, and in this video we're going to be talking about 10 apps that I think will make your life easier and make you better off or smarter. They are all free to download and I have used these apps myself. They mean a lot to me and I hope you also find them useful. Also, a massive shout out to MTN for partnering with us in this video. Because of them, 10 subscribers will get to win a share of 10,000 Naira worth of airtime, but more on that later in this video. All right, without further ado, let's get to the video. The first app I want to discuss is Pixel Cut, the AI graphic designer. One prominent feature that this app gives you is to mask out your background in an image, resulting in a transparent image. This works when you take a picture and then you slide to remove the background. It will process it and mask out the background. You can choose if you want it on a plain background, a plain white background like a photo shoot, or a transparent background or a colored background with an outline. I also zoomed in to see how sharp the edges were when the plant was cut out, and it was precise. You can pin this in a presentation or send it as a file, and I like that you can also do this for profile pictures. Take a selfie and slide to remove the background. It will process it again. You can take off the background and add an outline. You can even clean it up or create a nice looking profile picture with contrast on a yellow background or any color you choose. I must say it works pretty well. You can also take product photos with the app. You can make profile pictures, just like I mentioned. You can even create story films if you're a content creator. There are also options to make animated stories with creative looking free templates for weddings, food, digital creations, or listings, and many other templates. At the top bar, you get more flexibility with the options for uploading a picture, to remove the background, batch removal of photos, the magic eraser tool, collages, and canvas. The app's free version is limited to 10 cutouts. PS, if you use my referral code, you get 10 free cutouts more. The paid version allows you to access unlimited cutouts, premium templates, and exclusive fonts that are updated every single week. The next app I'll discuss is CapCut, a video editing app which is owned by ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok. Think about CapCut as nearly everything you need for a video editing software on your smartphone. Many people have asked me about apps that they can use for video editing on their phones, and the one I've used for the longest time is Videoleap. I've used it for years and I'm kind of experienced with it. However, it's not a free app. To use it well and enjoy it, you'll have to pay. On the other hand, CapCut looks like one that offers nearly all the features that Videoleap offers for free, and it's owned by a large company that owns TikTok. It's got a bunch of templates that you can use, and you can also sign in via TikTok if you want to, which is fast. And if you want to go ham on video editing, I'll suggest you head to YouTube and watch tutorials on the app. I have left a link in the description below that will aid you in starting and learning how to edit videos on CapCut quickly. I think this will help people looking into editing videos on their phone quickly, and people who don't necessarily have the cash to pay upfront for professional software. The third app I want to talk about is pretty quirky. It's called Photomath. As the name implies, the app's goal is simple: to take a photo of a math problem, solve it, and you even get to see the step-by-step problem solving process. I googled a tough equation and it quickly solved it with what looked like calculus. I also googled a problem and pointed to the camera. It solved it immediately and showed me the answer with a step-by-step process. Of course, it was right. It doesn't solve all problems though. For instance, it can't solve word problems. It's mainly equations that it can solve, and I think this would be a valuable tool to anyone studying maths who wants to do some work with learning and understanding steps and bolstering their own learning. Like the other apps though, it's not entirely free. If you want a more intuitive explanation, you'll have to pay for that. For those concerned, the app does ask for your age and description for data purposes. The fourth app I want to recommend is Audible, and I have a bit of a personal story with this one. Suppose you've watched my Finance Friday videos. In that case, you will know that I always talk about Audible, and that's because, and I kid you not, every single day I listen to an audiobook, and I have read and listened to around 42 books in the past 2 years. With that, I can say that the quality of my mind and my life has significantly elevated. Before 2020, I wasn't the best with my finances. However, I read the book The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William Danko, and I've talked about it too many times now. It's a book that made me way more enlightened about finances, what it means to make money, keep money, grow money, and you can even get that book for free. Yes, for free with the link in the description, with my link in the description, and you start a trial account on Audible. I swear by Audible any day and any time, and it just works. You can subscribe monthly and get one book every month as well. Do try it out and thank me later. All right, speaking of being financially conscious, the fifth app we'll be looking at today is called Spending Tracker. This app is quite interesting for me because it came around the time that I started to take my finances seriously. This one might be a bit difficult to get used to at first, but trust me, you will notice many changes in your life after a while and you will get used to it. So basically, say I spend 10,000 naira eating out with friends at Cactus and I immediately log it in. And that's one great thing about being successful financially, is building a spending tracking habit to know where everything goes immediately. I can simply log everything from my expenses and income into the app's dashboard. And say I earned 100,000 naira and I spent 95,000 naira on stuff. When I rotate my screen, I can see a chart of how I allocated my hard-earned resources. I can see where it goes, whether it's gifting, eating out, or paying bills and general stuff. After doing this for a couple of months, I noticed where my money was going and I could stop all the irrelevant expenses and use productive expenses. There's a saying that I keep at the back of my mind: money is a great servant, but not a great master. Let it work for you. You can download the app and all the other apps that I mentioned with the link in the description of this video. All right, now before we get into the next app, let's talk about the My MTN NG app. If you're an MTN subscriber, you definitely should download this app, and I'm not just saying you should. Why do I say so? Well, one benefit you get with the My MTN NG app is that you can now check your airtime and data balance in real time without having to type in a USSD code. I know it's small, but it's right there on the homepage. You just have to refresh and it will show you your data in real time. That's not all though. With the app, you can check how much data has been consumed by you, whether you're on Android or iOS. To do so, you simply go to More and you click on Device Data Usage. And you can see how much data you've consumed, that same day or within the month. You can also recharge, buy data bundles, share and borrow data. You can view your transaction history and you can go as far as managing your subscriptions. Plus, you also get some offers and deals that you can scratch to reveal right here on the app. If you need any help, you can reach out to MTN directly or follow the proper channels to do so, and you can even do so much more. If you're an Android user, the app even has more functionality where you can not just see how much data you consumed within that day or within that month, but you can see how much data was consumed by each app. And this is based on data available on your smartphone. Just like we always do, 10 MTN subscribers who download the My MTN NG app and fill the form with the link in the description below stand a chance to win a pool of 10,000 naira worth of airtime. Go ahead and click that link in the description below. And now we'll get back to the apps. Another app I want to recommend is Forest. On Android, Forest is free, but on iOS is $3.99. So I'm recommending Flora for iOS. This app does not boast of doing too much, but a simple task to make you more productive. Now, how does it do that? Well, it kind of taps into your mind to do a good thing in reward for your productivity. So what do I mean by this? Right in the center of the app, you can set a timer for something. Say you want to study for 20 minutes without interruptions. Clicking on plant means that you're planting a tree for 20 minutes and it will start as a small leaf. After some time, you get a notification that your tree has grown and you have a tree now. You get 3 coins as well, and you've planted one healthy tree in your forest, which is where the name comes from. Forest. So the more productive you are, the more healthy trees you plant, the more trees you grow, the more it becomes a forest. So you've made the world sort of a better, a more breathable place, as you can see here. Also, if you take a look, this is what a withered tree would look like compared to a healthy one. So you don't want your forest to be filled with withered trees. With Flora, it's the same thing, except there is a donation angle to it, where if you stop the timer before it finishes, you would have to pay a pledge fee, that you set. Of course, you can pledge a $0 fee, but it's more of a commitment if you feel like there's something to lose in terms of money, and you need to finish that task in time, in the same time frame, without distractions and without losing your money. It's also got a social side to it where you can share the passcode and you can ask others to join your focused study session. Now at number 7, we've got Elevate, a brain training games app. This app is quite popular and I've been using it every other day since I knew about it. It's one of those apps that keeps the mind sharp and moving. I'm doing math games where I get to quickly answer questions about percentages, numbers, and it gives you hints right beneath it, so you can quickly do that in your mind in real life. This is because the more you do something, the more of a habit it develops, and developing a habit of understanding numbers or anything really can boost your brain and your work if it involves calculations or whatever it is that you're learning in a gamified manner. You will get scored again in a gamified manner and get feedback reports. The more you do stuff, you unlock other things. The more you try many other things, it just adds on. And it's not just maths, but detail, expression, commas, punctuations, visualizations, focus, retention, and many more. Created in the form of cool games you can play. I wish I had this when I was younger because I had more time back then, but it's never too late, really. All those idle times in the bus or anywhere that you're just waiting, you can actually just challenge your mind and improve it. All right, let's get to my Naija people. For those following, 2 apps, and the last one will be a bonus app. So the 8th app I want to touch on is Eden Life. I made a tweet about Eden Life earlier and nobody should check it out. Please don't check it out. Anyway, since I started making videos, I've not had much time for myself. I must confess, in fact, I got so bad that at some point I started to get a bit sick because I hadn't been eating well. My very good friend just messaged me about an app that I had actually been looking at before, but I didn't pay so much attention to it earlier. Their tagline says, "Say goodbye to chores forever." Eden Life currently offers 3 primary services: food, laundry, and cleaning. I haven't used the laundry and cleaning part. Still, from what I understand, they pick up your dirty laundry, they wash it, they iron it, they do quality control, and then they deliver it back to you in 48 hours. For cleaning, they provide cleaners thoroughly vetted by them, so it's safe. These cleaners will come to your home, scrub, mop, wipe, and keep your home clean for a month, and they will save you hours of doing that work yourself. Then for the food service, which is the one I use, Eden Life delivers fresh chef-cooked meals to you however you want it, whenever you want it, whether it's every day, twice a week, or weekly. You just receive the food, you microwave it, and you eat, and you don't have to worry about that aspect of your life again. I use the app mainly for food service, as you can see, and you can select your food preference. If you're allergic to something, the customer service of the gardener is also very on point. I think they call them gardeners because their name is Eden, so it's the Garden of Eden, or Gardener of Eden. Anyway, do check it out. The links will be in the description. This isn't sponsored by them. None of these apps are sponsored. I wish they were, and I just use these apps and I actually pay for it. So I thought they deserved the shout out. Their chef cooked meals on Eden are delicious, by the way. One criticism I have about Eden is that they also count the smoothies as food, which is not fair. It's a drink. You can't really count it as a meal. At number 9, it's Lara.ng, which is not necessarily an app, it's more of a web app, so it would work anywhere if you have the URL. It's simply Lara.ng, and I like this app because it helps you get directions around where you're going. So you type in name, you type a start location and an end location. Then it would show you how you can move by cab or by bus with an estimate of how much it would cost you. You can use this to plan your journey ahead as well as the cost. The last app I want to recommend is one I encountered in an odd place. But before I talk about the last app, let's talk about the honorable mention. I know this one is very popular and many people use it. Still, I'll just talk about it because I started using it and I felt so much better about it. It's Duolingo, and at its core, this app would help you learn languages with some lessons and quizzes. And j'apprends le français. I've been learning French with Duolingo, and I feel I'm getting better at it. Now to the last app. How I encountered this last app was odd and interesting. I was at a gathering where I went to speak and we needed to pick someone as a winner for prize money. I think it was around $500. So everyone downloaded the app. They had a unique username. They logged in with the code on the screen. Doing this, we all answered a few time-based quiz questions, and we got to a point eventually where a winner emerged. I thought it was a very cool app, and I thought it was cool to share it with you guys. So the name of this app is Kahoot.it, and I cannot recommend it enough. It's fun and serious at the same time. In simple terms, it's an app where you can play and create quizzes. Right on the homepage, you see a lot of topics to pick from where you can answer quiz questions on, from space, the galaxy, to games, cartoons, business, and many more. You can even use the app to